Hi, I'm Max, and today on today's video thought I'd run you through giving you an explanation of today's racing. So here, just waiting in pit lane, going on the track. For this race it'll be heat. We have 2 heats that consist of 15 laps, and then our third race, final race of the day, is our final, which is 20 laps. Here at Yarmouth Stadium, we can't just drive onto the track. We have a ticket that we have to hand into the gate marshal to actually be allowed onto the track, otherwise you're turned around and sent back to your trailer. Currently at the moment in my racing, I'm 4th in the points, which means I have to start further back on the grid, which is also known as the red grade, and which makes it a little bit harder for us quicker ones. And trying to get through to the front is usually a little bit more difficult and a challenge, but it makes a bit more better racing, so you're not really on your own match. So yeah. In this race we do a clutch start, which is a start from stationary, so keeping a close eye on the flag marshal, waiting for that green flag to drop and absolutely gunning it into the first corner. And Mrs. Salt has now dropped the green flag and going into the first corner. Not the greatest starts, getting beaten by the car on the outside, and just as we're lining up it started raining, so the track was a little bit slippery. Usually in normal weather conditions where it's not got a wet track like this, usually braking quite hard on the brake late into the corner, battling with your steering wheel just to try and get it on your perfect line to get you that extra speed and that try and help you. But here at Yarmouth, really struggling for a bit of grip, which was actually having to brake a little bit earlier, as if you watch my foot, definitely braking earlier on this corner. But yeah, that's how you do a corner. Drivers in hot rod formulas use their right foot to brake, but from my previous Ninja car background I left foot brake, which could kind of help you, making you go a little bit faster into the corner, getting that little split bit. We don't have to move the right foot over, and probably less people left foot brake than right, because just from driving tests and that makes them right foot brake and getting it into them. start holding out lap balls, starting with 5, going all the way down to 1, and then out comes the checkered flag once you finish the last 1 lap, and that checkered flag sign should be coming up now to signal the end of our race. Driving off the track after the race, this man in the orange jumper, you have to collect a ticket off him for the next race to get back on the track. Now just driving back through the pits to get back to the trailer to have our debrief with Dad about how the race went, what went good and what could go better for the next one to help improve. After a disappointing race that I was not happy with, I switch off the dials and I just sit there for some time just thinking that weren't very great. And a cracking start in this race, really good start. Off, gone, I think I've left a few of the cars behind, but sadly this yellow car ahead has spun out and the plug of the course had decided to go for a complete restart, which is very annoying in my case because I'd had a very good start, which is quite annoying. Have another good start, catching blue tops ahead, trying to get in with the pack, trying to push forward a bit to try and go for the outside, but which didn't work, and ended up getting passed by 2 cars, I think, in the end, which was quite frustrating in here. I should have stayed on the outside, but I'm not sure why not. I was backing out, which shouldn't have happened, but I think we go back. Stoppage in this race due to a big crash on the back straight, and I was not very happy with myself with that stupid move that I made, and I start taking it out on my steering wheel. Time for final now, and we change the camera position, pointing outside of the back window to have an idea what it's like looking behind us. Start and the final, another good start off the green flag, keeping it up, getting past the car on my outside, keeping a nice tight line into this first corner. No one can try and cut up my in. As you can see, I've had a good exit to the corner and put in a little bit of gap. been starting side all day and starting to pull a little bit of a gap and up the inside of another one, coming into turn 1 and keeping that going. And I think, yeah, now back onto the racing line. From Yarmouth Racing, we can kind of see I'm much quicker out of the corner, but coming into the corner everyone's gaining on me because I think I can brake that little bit later and do the same on the exit to get that bit of the edge, to get that bit more speed, especially here. Haven't come in quick enough, and that bit of push out and coming up the in was that car trying to fend off this one now by proper gunning it on the outside. Ends up paying off, and now I can come back onto the racing line to hold my position. Today's meeting, and I think the first one not the greatest and 2 good races afterwards, so not too bad. Time for the car now to go back onto the trailer after today's meeting. Still 4th in the national points, 3rd in the East Anglian series, and now time for some me, Dad and the car time in the garage. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe and see you in the next one.